It has, but you know, when it concerns football, there's no kind of unity. In football, is your nation's pride is at stake. So would I want to share my pride with South Africa? No, I want to beat them. I want to beat Ghana. We are brothers. The Ghanaians will say we are brothers, but we don't want to share glory with you. But basically, it unites us. Yes, the whole world. Some years ago, Jurgen Klopp, the coach of Liverpool, said, called our AFCON, called this some, I don't want to mention it on TV, called it some crazy name. And he was attacked vehemently because he disregarded our AFCON. All of a sudden, the world, I heard this, and this is for sure, that China, people in China were watching AFCON. We didn't watch the Asian Cup because it was almost irrelevant. But the eyes are on Africa because we're producing week in, week out. We're producing superstars. So people are paying attention to African football. And this Nations Cup has given us a kind of relevance that our football is real. The games were fantastic. The football was at high level. There were surprises. It was a great tournament. Well, if you say unity, I think you united Africa.
So what about coming back home here in terms of what we have always talked about, organization, putting our house in order, such that we can benefit from this billion-dollar industry? Because do we have a 65,000 capacity stadium, for instance?
Well, maybe in Abuja. I think we have one in Abuja. The one in Uyo is about 40. Chairman, I will be president of NFF one day. I will be president. And the changes we want, I will bring it. You know, I contested. There's a lot of things that are not right in our football, and it pains us. You know, for those of us that love this game dearly, we want to serve. We want to serve. We want to give our knowledge. You know, I've been in football for 35 years of my life. It played for about 25 or thereabouts. So I want to give back to this game. What I state level, you know, the truth about it is they look at us as threat. You come to your state and you say, listen, I'm available. I want to serve. No one is talking to you. You come to the national level. And maybe because I'm a Christian, the Bible says the violent takes it by force. So we'll take it by force and bring changes to our football.
Yeah. Ayo.
Mr. Peterside, I mean, it is very understandable. Mr. Peterside, I mean, it is very sentiments that you are expressing here. I wanted to ask a number of questions about the game itself, but let me speak to developmental issues. One of the questions a number of people have raised, I mean, looking at the South Africa team, you spoke about it the last time, how that they are a good team, but they don't have star players, and we had that edge. A number of people have also spoken to that about the Ivorian team, a very good side, played well, but then maybe they don't have as many superstars as we. I like to speak to. I like you to speak to the football culture in Nigeria. Do you think we ever had a signature look, a signature style, so to speak, for our football? And if we did we lose it? If we don't, if we never did, do you think we need one? Because there's an identity for Brazilian football, for instance. Do you think we need something like that? Or do we have something like that we lost?
Okay, let me make it a little bit lighter for us. When we were young, you would hear this ayo, ooh. That's our culture. It's as simple as that. That ooh, they're shouting is that this ball is moving around. Shego Degwami to Aloysius Atebu, Aloysius to Adokia and Messi, you could see functionality. Even if you watched our game yesterday, we're playing like the Portuguese. That's what he knows. Normally, we would play with our wingers, we would play where our midfielders would spread the ball. I think this was where we met yesterday. You know, I arranged this in Port Harcourt yesterday at the mall. And thousands of people. That's the kind of love. This is bigger than a political rally. You know, it is the love that we have for the game that is pulling out these people from their houses. So we have this culture. Imagine that we are passing the ball, we're 1-0, and you hear, ooh. It spoils the players. But now we don't have this football culture anymore. Our tradition of playing what we know. That's why everybody's complaining. Even I see Chamberlain saying our tactics. I didn't know Chamberlain knew tactics, but because it's embedded in your heart that our leagues play like this, our younger players play like this, the women play like this. But now, what we had all through this tournament was in Nigeria. We couldn't put 6-7 passes in a foreign team and support Arsenal. When Arsenal is playing, you know they'll have ball possession. How can Ivory Coast have more ball possession than us? It's never done. We play. We are ballers. We play football. But what we saw were just some determined men that wanted to make the country proud, and again, we say kudos to them.
Well, you know, that thing that you just said now, it resonates with a number of people. Unfortunately, it would seem like the ball possession thing was against us most of the, well, you know, quite a number of times in this tournament. Because even against South Africa, it seems that we had less percentage of ball possession than they did, and all of that. What could be responsible for that, and how do we reverse it? One of the things that I remember about our football in Nigeria, this days back decades, I'm sure you are very well aware, is that when teams play together over a long time, they form, so to speak. That was the advantage that the 1980 Green Eagles at the time had, and the Segun Legbamis, the Christian Chukwus, and everyone. That was the advantage that they had. And some would also still reference the debut Golden Eaglets and what they did at the time, how that it was because they played together for quite a length of time. How significant is that? And do you see that time coming back for us? Because that's one of the advantages that the South African team boasted that they had.
We need to have a structure. If we work like we had years ago, you not just 80, we got it in 1994, 1996. Now it starts with the home-based culture. Look at the players that played in 1996, even the World Cup in 2013. You would see Stephen Keshi came back and brought 4 home-based players that played in that game. So they have a culture where you feed from, like the Brazilians. We all know that Brazilians will play the samba kind of football. We know that the British will always play fast football and just drop the ball. That's how they play. Now we're playing the Portuguese version of Jose Mourinho, where we pack the bus. Well, Jose Mourinho packs the bus. He's Portuguese. So that's what we're playing now. But this is not our style. We need somebody. Look at Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast fired their coach. Well, the coach resigned, if I would say. Resigned when they didn't qualify. They brought their own home-based coach that knew the culture of the people. All of a sudden, everything changed. He would have said to them, what are you people, where are you running to? Pass the ball. Pass the ball. Every time you play football, the coaches will say to you, deny the opponent time and space. Deny the opponent time and space. And who holds the ball wins the game. Everybody's looking for one ball. So knock it around, play it around, and you get results. We don't have that kind of culture. You know, a lot of people have asked me yesterday, the coach got to the finals. What do you think? I said, fire him.
Maybe food for thought at that point.